beautiful goal. Riker Evans cruising through the slot. Capo Caco was in the neighborhood. Tolvanen with a shot. He scores! Eli Tolvanen with a stinging wrist shot.
As the Kraken and head coach Lane Lambert continue to navigate their way through injuries, they remain competitive. We saw that earlier this week when they took the NHL's best team, the Colorado Avalanche, down to the wire at Climate Pledge Arena. There is plenty of fight in the Kraken as they head into the holiday stretch. Welcome to Kraken-home-ice. In tonight's episode, we're hearing from Ben Meyers on his journey from Coachella Valley to being called up to the Kraken. Head coach Lane Lambert tells us about what he thinks of his team's effort and some roadblocks, and what goes into pulling the goalie. Plus, we're hearing from Jordan Eberle and his wife Lauren on what it was like having their third child just days after Jordan got home from pelvis surgery, and what his recovery to being game ready looked like just a few months later. Friday night, just before the NHL roster freeze, the Kraken traded Mason Marchment to the Blue Jackets. Seattle gets a second and fourth round pick in return. Marchment came to Seattle from Dallas in June. He played 29 games for the Kraken, scoring 4 goals and adding 9 assists. After a quick road trip to Utah, the Kraken were back home last Sunday, taking on Buffalo. The Sabres got the early lead, 2-0. The Kraken fire back in the second period. Chandler Stevenson scores on a power play. Unfortunately, that was the only goal for the Kraken in this one. Buffalo wins it 3-1. The Kraken squared off Tuesday with the NHL's best team, the Colorado Avalanche. Down 1-0 in the second, Shane Wright knocks in a loose puck in front, and that locks it up at 1-1. They get another one 2.5 minutes later. The puck winds up out front, and Jordan Eberle scores to give the Kraken a 2-1 lead. The Kraken rank last in penalty kills, and it gets them in the third period. Avalanche on a power play with the game tied 3-3. Brock Nelson beats Philip Grubauer on a rebound. The Avs add an empty netter and win it 5-3. Thursday, the Kraken were in Calgary to kick off a 4-game road trip ahead of the Christmas break. After a scoreless first period, the Kraken get on the board. Great passing, and Chandler Stevenson buries it. Stevenson has points now in 7 straight games. After a Calgary goal, the Kraken counter again. Riker Evans takes a shot, and Capo Caco tips it in. The Kraken take a 2-1 lead. But in the third, Calgary takes over. The Flames score 3 goals in the final period and go on to win it 4-2. The Kraken have been plagued with illness and injury this season. Jared McCann, Matt Murray, and Jaden Schwartz are all on injured reserve with lower body injuries. Berkeley Catton is on IR with a hand injury. With the season full of injuries, the Kraken have had a next man up mentality. They've had to rely heavily on their Coachella Valley players. Brianna Vasquez talked to Ben Meyers about his roles with both the Firebirds and the Kraken.
But how about that backhand feed from Myers finding Winterton? You see
stepping up when it matters. Whether it's with the Kraken or Coachella Valley, forward Ben Meyers is ready when his name is called. This is the second season Seattle has called up Meyers in a time of need. And this time around, he scored his first Kraken goal.
Ben Meyers gets his first goal as a Seattle Kraken.
Good to get it out of the way. Kind of at the end of the game there when we were losing, so wish it would have meant more, kind of towards the game, but still happy it happened.
Meyers has what it takes to be a pivotal part of the roster, no matter which roster needs him at the moment. He gives a lot of credit to the Firebirds coaches for helping him stay prepared.
And a drop pass for Ben Meyers. High slot shot.
They really push us every day, and then obviously, playing with a lot of great players down there really prepares you to, to step into this room too.
A room he's happy to be a part of.
Just a lot of good guys in here. We have a good time every day at the rink, and we come in and just get our work done together, and it's an enjoyable environment.
Hockey has always been a huge part of Ben's life, especially growing up in Minnesota.
It's kind of funny, I almost didn't even really have a choice. I think I was skating before I can even remember, so my dad drove the Zamboni at a rink and coached high school hockey.
A lifelong dream that's now Ben's reality.
I think it's pretty cool. Obviously, thought about it a lot growing up, and fun to see it, happening now.
And Ben is taking full advantage of every NHL opportunity.
I think just trying to grow my role on the team, start playing more, and having the coaches trust me in different situations. I think it's a big thing.
Right now, Ben's life is essentially 24/7 hockey. But when he's not playing, he's enjoying what Seattle has to offer.
Going for some walks, getting some food, getting some coffee.
Pulling a goaltender toward the end of a game is not a decision made lightly. Ahead on Kraken-home-ice, head coach Lane Lambert tells us about the coaching staff's thought process.
For me, that's just all about never saying die, never quitting.
It's been a journey for Jordan Eberle. Last season's pelvis injury and recovery showed just how determined he is. Next, how the captain fought to get back, all while his family was growing. Despite the team's recent struggles, head coach Lane Lambert said he's been pleased with the overall effort from his players. We talked to Lane about what stands out to him.
I just think that there's been a commitment level to continue to play, the game the right way. Sometimes when you're struggling for offense, you can tend to cheat the game a little bit, which, although you're still losing, it never really works out for the best when you're cheating anything. So I think our commitment level stayed pretty strong. Our commitment to block shots, pay the price, do the little things for your teammates. I think that's been very good, and I've been very happy with that.
All years you've coached, all year you've played, I'm sure you've hit some rough patches throughout your career on both sides. Has there been one thing that they've stuck to or that's helped you regain momentum as far as maybe as a team?
With any team, you have to kind of keep an even keel. You have highs, you have lows. You can't get too high in a high or too low in a low. And certainly there's going to be both of those types of situations over the course of 82 games. We were good at the start of the year, and we're having some trouble now. A lot of these losses are late or very close losses, and we just have to stick with our process and continue to believe in what we're doing, because it worked before and it'll work again.
Yeah, if you just went on the web the next day and looked at the score, you'd think, oh man. But there are empty net goals, quite a bit of them lately, because you pull your goalie. Can you tell me what goes into your decision making when it gets down to the final minutes, when you decide to pull your goalie and then actually keep the goalie out too?
Yeah, well, you have to be in an advantageous situation when you pull them. You have to have possession of the puck. There's a certain formula that goes into getting the right people out on the ice, and a certain time frame in which you want to do it in. And there's other variables that come into play, whether or not you get an offensive zone face-off. If you weren't planning on pulling him till the 2-minute mark, but you get an offensive zone face-off at 2:35, he's coming out. So there's different variations that come into play. The reason we've had to do it so often lately is because we haven't been winning. We've been down by a goal, and if we get scored on in the empty net and we still feel like there's enough time, you can never give up. So this is why we've given up a couple of empty net goals as well in a couple of the games. But for me, that's just all about never saying die, never quitting.
That's a great message for your fans too. When they're watching the game, they're like, no, man, these guys, they don't care about total goals in a game. It's about winning the game. Is that a scenario you can practice when you're pulling your goalie on both ends, to practice the attack, but also practice defending an open net?
Yeah, it's definitely a thing that we end up done. We've had a lot of teams pull their goalie against us this year as well. We played 5-on-6 a lot and scored some empty net goals ourselves. So these are scenarios, these are situations that we run through as a team and continue to work on a basis of, as needed, but certainly we work on them right from the get-go at training camp.
All right, last question for you. With the injuries you've had, some of the guys that your top prospects down there in Coachella Valley, you have options of who you want to bring in and give a shot and maybe fill some holes. Do you have discussions with Jason about, things like this?
Yeah, we're in communication on a daily basis, obviously. more than one time a day about the roster. Again, it's pretty, right now it's ever moving because of the sickness. Our injuries are our injuries. We know what those are, but guys are coming in, guys aren't showing up for practice because they're sick. We don't want to have guys come in and infect the rest of the team, all that kind of stuff. So him and I talk a lot about what our options are.
Jordan Eberle has had his fair share of ups and downs in Seattle, from being named captain to suffering a pelvis injury and needing surgery. Piper Shaw talked to Ebbs about the valuable lessons he's learned from it all.
On November 14th, 2024, just 15 seconds into the second period, a routine battle for Jordan Eberle turned into something the NHL had never seen before.
Here at Climate Pledge Arena, the homestand continues. Saturday afternoon, the Islanders are here.
Look out.
Jordan Eberle is down, a collision with Connor Murphy. And as we see, he's in distress.
Yeah, it's obviously, it was a scary situation for a lot of guys. I was on the ice for it when it happened. You never see a teammate get hurt, especially Jordan.
Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. No chance to protect himself.
It was a rare pelvic injury that sidelined the Kraken's captain for nearly 100 days and took him off his feet and off the main floor of his own home, confined to a hospital bed in his basement for over a month.
I lost so much strength just through laying in bed for a while. And then not only that, but just the mindset of really kind of the trauma of, going into the boards hard.
While the Kraken pushed through the season without their captain, the Eberle family pushed through something of their own. His wife, Lauren, was pregnant with their third child, due within days, and Jordan could hardly move.
Yeah, it was chaotic. We obviously had our third baby like a couple days after I got home from the hospital. I was downstairs in the hospital bed. I wasn't able to move. We do home birth, and by we, I mean she does home birth. She was upstairs giving birth. I could hear her.
I was giving birth upstairs, so there's the main level, he was in the basement, and I was upstairs giving birth. We had our midwives up there, and so I literally gave birth to Landon, and then I was like, hey, you gotta go meet your daddy now. So we went down 2 flights of stairs.
30 minutes later, she walked down the stairs with the new baby. It was pretty wild. Yeah, it was like out of a movie. And then the picture of me holding Landon.
We took our first family picture of 5, and Jordan's in the bed, and I'm standing on the side, and he's holding Landon, and the kids are on there, and everyone was commenting or saying oh, it looks like Jordan just gave birth.
It looked like I had just given birth. It was pretty wild. The whole experience, I tell people Lauren's a champion for being able to do that. She's, an amazing mother. And then to add another kid, and then basically me being in bed, who was another kid she had to take care of.
Now a family of 5, the Eberles found their flow by doing what every hockey household knows well, rolling with the unexpected.
Yeah, just taking it day by day and season by season during that time. We ended up setting up an extra Christmas tree down in that space because we didn't know if he would be able to get up the stairs for Christmas. Once he was able to make it into the wheelchair, that they could go to the driveway and throw the ball around or something like that. So just kind of creating a new normal.
The injury tested him physically and mentally, but Eberle's devotion to the game and his team never wavered.
The biggest thing for me, I didn't really take much time off. I missed, 4 months of the season. So I got back and I just got right to work.
And that's where his teammates say he's different.
And there wasn't a doubt in anyone's mind he wasn't coming back. He's obviously our captain, our leader, and he loves his team, loves the game, and loves the boys more than anything, minus his wife and family, of course. But he's just an ultimate competitor. He loves this game maybe more than anyone I've ever met.
But it just shows, how committed he is to the game, I would say, and how, he wasn't just one of those guys, obviously with his age, to just be like, I might be done after this kind of thing. He battled back.
Not many injuries, I don't think or many guys have had that injury, so it was kind of a different experience as far as learning what the rehab would be like. He loves hockey, he's very dedicated and looks after himself, and he's always at the rink early, getting ready, and at the rink late, taking care of himself.
Back. Stay low for us.
but he did a good job of, talking to different people and finding out what he needed to do, and ended up coming back early.
More than 3 months after that night in November.
And that's getting to his feet.
On February 22nd, 2025, the captain was back on his feet and back to his game.
JT, let's talk about the big news here tonight. The captain is back.
Passes for Eberle, they score! With his first goal post-surgery.
Wasn't surprised he came back early. He always puts the work in, and missing games and missing time, being away from the team's pretty difficult mentally, but he did a good job.
And now, with health restored and tenacity intact.
As far as my body and the injury, I don't even really think about it anymore. So I'm kind of back. That was kind of my mindset coming into the summer, was to get back to that feeling.
Jordan Eberle has proved exactly why no one in the locker room ever questioned his return.
With Eberle, Maddie for the captain, a shot, he scores!
He put his body through a lot of work to kind of, get back to even, and he's been skating great out there. He doesn't, he couldn't tell that something happened to him last year.
He'll do anything to stay on the ice or get back to the ice.
From getting his start with the Kraken to becoming a team leader, Matty Beniers has quickly grown in the league. Up ahead on Kraken-home-ice, the center shares his thoughts on his journey so far. On top of the Kraken dads and mentors visiting in Seattle, they also joined the team on the road against Utah and got to see what it was like to travel as a member of the Kraken.
Guys are all like the 1% of the 1% of the 1%, right? So you always dream that this happens. Like, my dream was always to go to the dad's weekend. So I'd watch it on TV and I'd be like, oh man, look at that. And then that was me.
Well, it's just fun to spend the time with them, to see what they go through on a daily basis, and all the behind the scenes is very interesting to me.
We just did a power play meeting in there. We kept it in there because we didn't want you to put any suggestions in the suggestion box.
I just want to say what it's been a privilege and an honor to be here with you guys these last couple of days. Starting line is, without further ado, it's time! Okay, let's go!
And his partner pulling up the other side is, I don't know what his name is. Montour, I think.
5 years into his NHL career, Matty Beniers is a different player than the one he was when he was first drafted. We talked to Beniers about his growth from a rookie to one of the team's leaders.
And they score in the follow-up, Matty Beniers!
There was a lot of new when Matty Beniers first hit the ice as a member of the Kraken. New team, new city, new arena. Pretty much everything was new because it was the franchise's first season. Fast forward to the present day, and it's a very strong relationship between the team and their first draft pick.
You grow as each year goes on, you get a little bit more comfortable in your skin and your game.
From rookie to alternate captain, whether he's coming in clutch,
Score! Matty Beniers has tied it!
Or setting up teammates.
What a pass by Matty Beniers!
It's easy to see how much Matty has grown in Seattle.
I think just like my overall play has gotten better. I think that I'm trusted more in defensive situations, end of the game, 6-on-5 situations. Offensively, just getting more shots off, getting more, taking more risks.
For Beniers, the drive to improve never stops.
Just helping the team win, obviously producing offensively and scoring more goals than I have before. So, that's the goal, and we'll see what happens.
In his 5th season, Matty is no stranger to the beast that is an NHL season. A season that is sometimes unforgiving.
It kind of works in waves, and hopefully we can kind of get it back on our side.
When things aren't going well, the Kraken lean on each other, and their leadership group helps set the tone.
We have a lot of fun together, and I think it's been a positive energy around the room. I think guys are obviously not happy and frustrated, but I think we're not getting down on ourselves. We're just gonna keep pushing and make this happen.
Beniers in front, he scores! A dandy!
For Matty, it's always been about hockey, even when it came to his Christmas gifts growing up.
New hockey stick. Yeah, we're a mini hockey stick.
And even in the middle of a demanding NHL season, some traditions never change.
Do a Christmas Eve party every year. It's a lot of fun.
Certain songs are crucial when getting into the zone. Next on Kraken-home-ice, it's the shootout. We're talking to the players about their favorite pregame tunes. On Tuesday, the Kraken celebrated Indigenous Peoples Night at Climate Pledge Arena. Throughout the whole arena was artwork designed by Amber Webb. She was chosen as the artist for the night's specialty jersey. Amber is a Yupik tribal member from Alaska and wanted to create a design that would represent her tribe and honor the Muckleshoot tribe as well.
I wanted it to be a design that would speak to people along the northwest coast. I felt like salmon and birds would be a really good way to show how we're connected. When I think about being a little kid and wanting to be a professional artist, I just hope that like kids at home and kids in every Indigenous community see this and think, I can do that. I can do that too. And that's what I hope. That's how I feel. I feel just super proud, and it's like, you know, it's like your dreams are coming true.
When players enter a game, they're in a zone. And in order to get into that headspace, a lot of them listen to music. In this week's shootout, we asked the players about their go-to pregame songs.
Not song specifically, but rap.
Whatever Monty's playing.
Go-to pregame song. Oh, I have so many. There's so many on my Spotify playlist that rotate. Usually like Jimi Hendrix is on top of my list.
Any hip hop or rap.
Anything by Gunna.
Something country.
These Days by Mike.
By Aerosmith.
Dream On.
Like anything rock, 80s rock, 90s, 2000s, somewhere there.
I'm all over the place. Listen to everything.
That's a great question. I love Kendrick Lamar. So probably like Swimming Pools by Kendrick Lamar is a really good one.
Probably Without Me by Eminem.
I like more like joyful songs than anything too intense.
Some rock. I can't say it's just one song, but something like that.
Pre-game song is usually like Eminem or kind of like old school hip hop.
The Kraken travel to Southern California to take on the Ducks and the Kings ahead of the holiday break. Then they're back home December 28th to take on the Flyers. And that'll do it for this episode of Kraken-home-ice. Thanks for looking in. We wish you a happy and healthy holiday season. We'll see you next week.